sleepy, but ready to go. Excited to hear a story. And Julien, how are you? What's new? How's the evening? How's Paris? How are you?
Well, how do I look today? Tell me, frankly, how do I look?
Perturbed.
Well, there is some of that. That's actually a story about photo shooting, so that's why I'm wondering if I'm having a good day or not.
Oh, all right. Oh, I see. Well, you do look pretty. You always look pretty, though.
You should work for marketing. So the story I have today is, again, I was telling you the other day, I've been in Hong Kong a few months back now. And there was family reunion, people I had not seen for years because of the pandemic and all that. So we were so happy to see each other. We went to an amusement park. We've talked about it. Another thing we've done is my wife booked a photo shooting in a Hong Kong studio because when you don't see people very often, that's actually pretty nice to have, good photos to bring back home with you in the luggage. So she booked it. I don't know if it's expensive or not. I don't have any benchmark, but it felt very affordable. We went through the photo shooting. The photographer was absolutely fantastic. Knew exactly how to get the kids to feel relaxed and laugh and look at the camera and all of this. The experience was just great. And then at the end of the photo shooting, they said, okay, it's going to be a week for us to sort it out. Let's make an appointment in a week time. Lucky for us, we had 2 weeks vacation. Let's make an appointment in a week time. You'll have to come back. Please don't bring the kids because we're just going to spend 30 minutes looking at photos and the kids definitely won't like that. So just you and your wife come over and we'll do that. So a week later, we show up on time. And we have the nicest salesperson you could imagine, smiling and polite and incredibly nice, getting us to a room, starting up the computer, showing us the pictures, and she starts with a video, and kind of a video of all the pictures with some nice music.
Oh,
I was asking my wife. Yeah. Exactly. I was asking, did we order a video? Because I really don't see what we're going to do with this, but well. Anyway, that's a nice bonus. So we watch a 2 minutes video, and then by the end of it, I'm just asking, well, that's cool. I didn't know we had this in the package. Oh, no, you did not have this, but you can purchase this if you'd like. That's just 4 times the price of the original package. So obviously we don't want that. So I tell her, I think we're going to skip. And now her smile is fading a little bit. Now we go through... In the package, we have, can't remember, 15 pictures, let's say, but she has like 80 pictures. So she said, okay, now we're going to look at all the pictures one by one, and then you can either keep or not. She showed us very quickly the 80, just spending a second or two on each picture. And at the end of it, she said, actually, the easiest way, if you'd like, we can give you the 80 pictures, and you don't have to pick. All right, what would be the price for it? 3 times the original package on top of what we actually paid, not just 3 times. It's 3 times plus 1, 4 times the original price. So I said, yeah, we're not quite going to do it. We'll select the best. That's really what we paid for. Her smile is fading a little more. And then we go through that. And then each time we go through pictures, if I don't like it or I find there is another one that's better, I'm just not going to select it. She keeps insisting on, no, you should really select as many as possible in the first round. We'll filter afterwards.
We'll tear down from there because hopefully we'll get to 40 and I'll do an upsell at 40 or something like that.
Exactly. And the whole point is we got 30 minutes. We've been very clear about it. Whatever you selected by the end of the 30 minutes is what you're leaving with. So I'm not saying, no, I know I don't like that one, so I'm not going to select it. The smile has almost disappeared by now. We keep going through the picture. We selected a few. We are like 20. We filter a bit more. She keeps pushing for adding more. Keeps saying, yeah, not going to happen. I'm happy with the package we've purchased. Then we get to the 15, and then my wife asked, but it looks like we also had a frame picture as part of the package. Is that still happening? She said, yeah, definitely. You've got this frame. And then that's a very specific frame with very weird shape because no picture would fit exactly. That's a square frame, right? So no picture would fit precisely inside this one. And then she says, you can pick whatever picture you want and we'll frame it. I said, great. But obviously, square, you're going to have to crop the picture a little.
Right.
And when you have a group of 10 people, well, you can crop as much as you want. You're never going to get 10 people in a square shape, which they would know when they shot the picture. So she goes through picture after picture, and for each of them, it's like, oh, we just need to do some photoshopping. It's just going to be another $200. I'm just thinking, I do this in 15 seconds with Photoshop. It definitely does not take $200. And she's looking at her watch more and more, and then she understands that there is no way on earth we're just taking the other frame, which is, again, 2 times the price of the original package, just in order for her to give us a better picture, or the $200 for the cropping and all of this. So at some point she tells, you can see she's reached the end of her tolerance at this point. And she's just saying, actually we have this other frame that was hidden behind the sofa for some reason. That's exactly the shape you would like. That's also included in your package if you like it. And the frame looks much better than the original one. And now she is just not nice anymore, not even polite.
She's not getting any upsells out of you. She has no interest in you whatsoever anymore.
We select the things. She asks us to wait in the lobby. We wait for another 20 minutes. We see her come, take care of other customers, being smiling and all. And every time we raise our hand, she's just saying, hey, I'm coming. And that was the end of the nice part of the experience. So that's just my story today. Ultimately, we got very nice picture, great experience with a photographer. It's just about, we always talk about websites and forms and all of this, but actually the interaction with frontline workers, in that case being salespeople, is incredibly important, because I'm definitely not recommending that specific studio to anyone, regardless of the quality of the photographer.
So there's 2 things that were happening to your experience here. One was the relentless upselling, and the other was the reps increasing crankiness. Was one of those more impactful than the other? I think both of those would make me angry, but I'm just curious, was this more an issue with the salesperson because of the way she just would get less friendly and snarkier, or was it really just the fact that this was such a painful upsell, almost like timeshare condo experience?
To me, the real issue is friendliness. I can live with the upsell thing. I understand they have to make a living. I don't like this kind of offers. It reminds me the early days of Groupon. I don't know if Groupon still even exists at this point, but in the early days, you would always buy something on Groupon, and whatever you bought, that was like the cheapest offer, and the end company would try to sell, the additional drink or the additional experience or the upper package, and you would actually not get anything from the original offer you got, which is fair game. You're trying to get the cheap offer, then you get the upsells that come with it. But the friendliness, that is where she crossed the line, in my opinion, because we're still customers. We may still come back. We may still decide to purchase additional pictures at a later stage. Keeping a smile and being friendly to your customers, that's like the bare minimum, in my opinion.
I agree with that. And if it sounds like halfway through this process, she knew she wasn't going to get any upsells out of you. Why go through the dance at that point? Why not just say, great, let's pick the 15. Hey, here's the frame that'll work. Why waste her time on you anymore at that point? Just be friendly, be quick and efficient, and move on to the next one who may want the 4X package, instead of belaboring it and just getting more and more angry at you for wanting what you purchased in the first place.
Yeah, I'm really wondering, because it could be that the system itself, meaning the way the company pays its employees, the regulations in Hong Kong are not quite the same as US and France. So it could be that they have an insanely small base salary, and most of their money is coming from upsell. But even then, I think your strategy is much better. If I'm not going to do any upsell, let's wrap it up quickly and move on to the next customer and give them extra time and extra service so that they actually want to buy the upsell. The strategy of becoming almost rude, I'm not sure what you get out of it.
You get a customer who's never coming back. His name is Julien.
Well, exactly. And same thing, it applies to, I mean, it's not related to photo studios at this point. It's very relevant for any company doing business with any type of customers. Treating your customers very well until the very last minute, regardless of whether you get upsell or not. It's probably important because that could be a return customer or that could be a referral. That could become an ambassador for your brand, which is even more
absolutely.
important.
And yeah, I think a lot of this is on the company. You know, I think you're probably right. That probably, if she was reacting that strongly, she probably had a strong financial incentive to upsell you. And so they've set up a scenario where they're drawing you in with a really cheap package that they don't want to sell you. And that's just, it's unfair to everybody. You know, be a little more upfront or live with a smaller, you know, raise the price a little bit up front so that you can live with that. And then, you know, it's okay to do the upsells, but don't be in a position where the poor person talking to you about it can't make a living if she doesn't make a bunch of upsells.
I agree. And it goes back to testing your own products. I guess whoever owned that company should try to play the incognito customer every now and then and figure out how people are being treated. Or having a survey, which we did not get either.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
If that was a survey with a 7 to 10 score, it would have been a little...
That would have been a -10. I guarantee you that one.
Yeah.
Well, I do feel better about it, though. So I thank you for listening. And I have a bunch of similar stories. I'm afraid the next few weeks you're going to be hearing from me. But if you can live with it, I think we're going to have some good time.
Sounds like we're going to be spending some time in Hong Kong, which sounds good to me.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time.
All righty. Thanks, Julien.
Looking forward to it. Thanks, Max. Bye.
Bye.